Trolls 2 got me thinking I could sing, y'all. Just sing, sing it together, now and forever, ever. Forget everything, just sing. It's okay, y'all can give me my Grammy now, y'all. Hey everyone, it's Sharona from Pay Your Weight, and today I'm going to be reviewing Trolls World Tour, which is the follow-up to the 2016 film that changed my life. Because I listen to the soundtrack at least once a week, because that's how much I love the first Trolls film. I'm just letting you guys know how deep this goes. How deep is your love? See, it has me singing everything. My goodness, I'm so sorry. But this film is directed by Walt Dorn, who co-directed the first Trolls film, and is co-directed by David P. Smith. For this one, it stars Anna Kendrick, Justin Timberlake, who are bringing back their roles as Poppy and Branch. And in this film, they discover that they are one of the 6 troll worlds. You guys, there are 5 other troll worlds that we knew nothing about. Okay, so we have Pop, which is of course where Poppy is from. Poppy and Branch are from. We have Funk, Techno, Country, Rock, and Classical. I said, you know what? I felt so seen by you guys, including the classical group. Okay, I'm a classically trained pianist, for those of you guys that didn't know. And so I just felt really seen that you guys included us in there. I was like, thank you. You don't know what this means to me. So there are the 6 kingdoms, and Queen Barb, who is voiced by Rachel Bloom, she is over the Rock region. And so basically she is trying to collect all of the different 6 troll regions. She's trying to collect their musical streams so she can create one perfect harmony, and that is rock. She wants to unleash rock music all over the little troll kingdom, okay? So she wants total rock world domination. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited because this just got me real geeked. So I'm sorry. So I apologize if I seem like I'm on level 1000. It's probably not going to stop. It's going to continue for this entire review. So for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello. So glad you came. I hope you stay. I tell you what I enjoyed about the film, what I didn't like about the film, and should you pay or wait to see this film on VOD, because times change and we're all stuck in our house and we can't leave, can't go to the theater. So going into what I enjoyed about Trolls World Tour. So after I went and rewatched the first Trolls, you know, I was like, I don't know if I feel the same about this. I love the music, which is what, you know, keeps me listening to the soundtrack every single week. But I was like, I wish there was more. Like, give me more musical acts. Like, I needed to see it more evenly paced throughout the course of the film. But what I will say for Trolls World Tour, there is like musical act after musical act after musical act. And I was like, yes, give me all the performances. Give me all of them. Because they have to go to all of these different troll regions and you have to understand the influences of their music. So, of course, there will be 10 times more music in this one than the first one, which I really love. And for Justin Timberlake and Lois Gorson, who were over the music for this film, I really liked that the musical numbers that they actually chose to do for the film, the songs that they chose to perform, I thought it was very good. And also too, they had even more star power this film, because we have characters like Sam Rockwell, who like I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. He plays Hickory. I really enjoyed him. I was like, okay, Sam, so you said you was done coming for everybody's neck for the award, so you said you was gonna come for everybody's animated necks. I really like what he did in the film. I think a lot of people will have a lot of fun with his character. But also too, we got Kelly Clarkson. I almost threw the shoe at the screen because I said, you better sing, girl. She plays Delta Dawn. She's part of the country region. And then we also had George Clinton. We had Mary J. Blige. I said, okay. At one moment, I was just like, how can y'all afford to pay all these people? Like, what? Y'all got everybody and their baby mama in this film. Like, I'm here for it, especially with the performances. But how much did all of this cost? So for me, I really love that they had so many different musical numbers, but also too that they have different musical influences. And so I think that's why I found the music to be even more enjoyable in Trolls World Tour versus Trolls, which really just had like one type of genre. So I really did enjoy it. And also too, can I talk about another one of my favorite characters, Kenan Thompson, who plays Tiny Diamond, who I thought was absolutely fantastic. And I wanted more of Tiny Diamond, just because we have to go through so many different worlds. You don't get to see your favorite characters as much as you would. But I was just like, Tiny Diamond is so cute. And I just thought it was so weird. It's still crazy at the same time that anyone can give birth to a troll and the troll pops out of your head. That's like a giant takeaway that I got from the film. Yes, that's a true story. That's not really a spoiler. I'm just helping you guys with the troll anatomy. So, also too, what I would have to say is Trolls World Tour has a lot of different occurring themes. And one of the themes that really stood out to me was with Ryan Funch's character Cooper, this theme of belonging to more than one tribe and having more than one interest and not kind of pinning yourself down into doing just one thing. And for me, that's something that I really related to because like in high school, I was a weird type of kid, you guys. Like I was a band kid. I played band, and I was also I tried to do show choir, but my mother was like, no ma'am, I'm not taking you to now one more rehearsal. So I had to quit show choir, unfortunately. But also too, I was a cheerleader. So like I was that kid that I would go play with the band upstairs, and then I would come down and do my little cheer thing. And I didn't want to be tied into just one group. I was like that kid who kind of hung out with everyone. And so I really love that for Cooper's character, he kind of explored on this, really belonging to more than one tribe, having more than one interest. Even though I do wish they would have focused on it a little bit more than what they did, I still did appreciate that that was one of the things. But also too, talking about intolerance and how a lot of us have differences that may separate us, but there's a lot of things that can bring us together. And in this film, because there are different troll regions because they prefer to listen to their own music, this theme of how music can unite us, which we have seen it can unite us and it cannot, but overall music in so many different parts of our history has brought us together. And I love that they explored that theme, but most importantly, a theme about leadership and listening instead of always taking action. And I think that's something that's so relatable to what we're going through now as Queen Poppy kind of struggles with being a queen and making sure that she's making decisions or having her to understand that she's making decisions that not only affect her, but the entire Troll Kingdom. And so I love how they how they introduce all of these different things that not only children can learn from, but it's a lot of stuff that adults can learn from too. And also too, props to the writers who wrote in letting Poppy know about her ancestors and where they got their pop background from. I said, oh, you better tell her about her ancestor. I was like, thank you for including that. I appreciated it. I felt it. I was here for it. So now, even though I had a lot of things that I really enjoyed about this film, there are some cons that I have with Trolls. And first is the pacing, which is weird because I always talk about how things are slowly paced in films, but this was a little like overly paced. And it's because my last pro is the animation is absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful, especially when we get to explore these different troll worlds. And we get to see these different concepts, these different color palettes that each of the troll regions have. I thought it was absolutely beautiful to look at, but because this movie is only an hour and 30 minutes and you have to go through 6 different troll kingdoms, it was fast paced. It was just like, oh, we're here at this one and we did a music song. Okay, it's time to go to the next one. I was just like, can we explore the people? Can we kind of learn about their history? Like, can I get a little bit more, especially how they did my classical? But I'm not even gonna be mad because you included us, so I appreciate you. But I do wish that they kind of slow things down a little bit more. And maybe, I don't know if it's kind of one of those things where maybe Poppy and Branch should not have been such a huge focus. I know that Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake, they're the stars of the film, especially in the first one, but because we have so much more ground to cover, so many more characters to meet, I think that we could have had a little bit more development into each region as we got there. And then also too, what I would say is just more development, especially for our villains. So Queen Barb is over the Rock region, and I felt as though that there was probably a more sentimental reason as to why she wanted to collect all of the musical strings and bring rock music to the entire Troll region, but we really never got to understand her motivation behind it, which kind of just makes her this one-dimensional like villain who's just rude and she just wants to put rock music everywhere. And I was like, guys, I think there's a little bit more to Queen Barb that we just don't see. And they kind of allude to that in the film, but it's nothing to really help you understand why she's doing this. It's really like she just woke up and said, hey, I want to impress all these people, so I'm just going to wake up and give everybody rock music. And I was just like, but some people like rock music. Like, there has to be a reason why she wants to do this. And we never really fully was able to understand that. And then also, too, there's this whole thing with Poppy and Branch, you guys. And so I was a little upset because in the first Troll film, they pushed us there. And then I was like, okay, they about to give us an answer. And then they didn't. And I was like, bruh, like, It was right there. Why didn't you tie that up? So I was like, okay, they kind of bring it to the forefront in this film. I was like, okay, finally, it's like somebody was listening to me and knew that I wanted resolution on this relationship status. But then I was just like, okay, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I was waiting for it. And then the end of the movie came out. I was like, bruh, we just gonna do this again? Like, you just gonna say this for a Trolls 3 movie? I was just really upset because I'm very invested in the status of Poppy and Branch's relationship. And I wish that because they talked about it so much in this film, that I thought they were going to resolve it, but they didn't. And I was very upset by this. And I really hope that they make things right, okay? Give me a separate 30-minute episode just to tie that whole thing up, and I promise all is forgiven. But even though I had issues with Trolls World Tour, I still actually ended up enjoying this film more than the first one. I think Trolls 2 is just bigger and better with the introduction of the new troll worlds. It still has that humor to it, a lot of lessons that both adults and children can take from. And then also too, I just love the music so much. Okay, remember, like, Can't Stop This Feeling was like so like popping that it almost annoyed everyone because they played it so much. That Just Sing, sing it together. That song go hard. That song go bop, y'all. I'm just letting you know, you about to be annoyed. Your kid's gonna be singing it. I'm gonna be singing it. We're gonna come for your necks on this song. But yeah, so what I would tell you guys to do with you and your coins for Trolls World Tour, I would tell you to pay to see this film on VOD. I think it is worth the coins, not only for kids, but also too for adults. This is a fun and entertaining family film that has so many lessons that need to like kind of be reiterated into society today. So I definitely think that it is worth your coins. So those are my thoughts on Trolls World Tour. As always, my name is Sharona from Pay Or Waits, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. I'll see you soon.